Hello and welcome to all of you to this massive online course of basic principles and calculation in chemical engineering. So in this lecture we will discuss something about the basic features of the chemical process. We have discussed in our previous lecture that what is the history of history of the chemical engineering and also the definition of chemical engineering. Also some contribution of chemical engineers in different discipline and their role in our society as a chemical engineer we already discussed in our previous lectures. So that chemical engineering processes, of course we should know what are the different type of forces are there in industries and also in different aspect of production of essential chemicals, so that we can discuss here. Let's start with our first lecture. This lecture include the classification and the mode of chemical processes and unit operations, and what are the different definition of process. First you should know the different definition of process are there. There are, as per the Encyclopedia of Britannica, that process is defined as a naturally occurring operations or design series of operations that cause physical or chemical changes in substance for a mixture of substance, thereby converting raw material into the product is a process. What is the difference from other aspect of engineering perspective, like that is defined as industrial or environmental processes, that is related to the sequence of operations and involve event taking up time, space, expertise or other resources, so which deals to the production of some output or outcomes which is requiring in our social life. So this is the definition of this process. Now if we are talking about that chemical engineering processes, this chemical engineering resolve into a coordinated series of sometime it is be divided into two parts, like unit operations and unit processes. What is that unit operations? It is actually restricted to those operations in which changes are primarily physical and that caused by the transfer of energy. An example of we can say that you can say that their crystallization of sugar from sugar solutions. In that case this operation actually only regarding the change of physical phenomena where caused by the energy supply for this operation, whereas the unit process involve chemical change and implies the commercialization of chemical reactions under certain condition. It will be under the economically profitability conditions, like this is basically that involvement of chemical change. As an example you can say that the production of ethanol from sugar solutions, which involve a unit operations there. So there is a division of this chemical engineering process into two parts, like unit operation and unit process. Now if we look into a matter of unit operations, this unit operations can be divided into different kind, like this may be mechanical, this may be electrochemical, and this may be thermochemical and mechanical. That case will not require any appreciable amount of heat and mass transfer. In that case, like transport of material from one position to another position and another one location to another location. So this is also one kind of process where you can say that there will be no chemical reaction, only mechanical part of a device will be used to transfer these material from one location to other. Another operation like a reaction, and there were no other component or compound from those operations like size reduction, bigger particles to be converted into smaller particles. This is generally of an important process in minerals industry, whereas where you will see that to beneficiations of mineral particles sometime size matters. So in that case, some small particles are to be converted into smaller particles. So that there will be beneficiations will be easier, even sometime that in chemical process where catalyst particles are being used. In that case, final catalyst particles give you the more interfacial area or surface area for its activity. Even sometimes situations of gaseous particles in solid particles, or there cause cursor solids to be converted or reduced to the smaller size of particles. So in that case, this size reduction is one of the important process for chemical engineering operations. So there are important mechanical separations. Also, you have to sometime as an engineer, it is required to separate these fine particles from the coarse particles. This is called segregation operation. So there is sometime a separations that separate of particles. Even sometime from the slurry system, you have to separate from solid particles from the slurry to clean the water. So this is one type of mechanical operations. Like membrane separation, when the filter and trace separations is there. So there are basic operations of that kind of chemical process. So this is called mechanical operations, whereas another type of operation is called electrochemical operations. In this case also does not involve appreciable heat and mass transfer like electrostatics, magnetic separations, even electrodialysis, electrophoresis, ion exchange, gas permeations. So there are the operations are called the electrochemicals operations. And the third one is called the thermochemical operations. In this case, you will see some amount of heat and mass is required in that case involved. That appreciable heat and mass there. So like the condensation process, evaporation process, heat crystallization process, even distillation process, even or in drying, humidification, leaching, absorption, refrigeration, etc. All these operations are regarded as this thermochemical operations where heat and mass transfer is involved. Now if we are talking to the type of process, we can have different type of process like as per the mode that are operation, we can drive into different type like this. Sometimes it can be regarded as based on the how the process are designed to operate, and even sometimes it is classified as the based on how the process varies with time and also spatial coordinate. It can also be classified based on how the process are operated with phase contact. So as per based on how the process is designed to operate, it can be called as batch operation, semi batch operations, even continuous operations. Now, based on how the process varies with time and spatial coordinate, it can be classified as steady state, unsteady state, when alarmed even distributed the processes. Now, if we have another type of process like where the phase will become in contact with each other, means two phases are in contact with each other, so there also you will see that there will be some transfer of mass from one phase to another. So that type of process is called a multi-phase contact, like gas liquid operations, gas liquid reactions, even solid gas operations are also called phase reactions. In the chemical reaction processes of digestions, the operation is one of the important process where you will see that multi-phase come in contact with each other. So there will be a mass transfer from each phase to another phase, and also heat transfer operation also take place between the phases, where heat is transferred from one and another phase through a interface membrane. So we can say that this is one type of process which can be classified based on the contact of phase. So it is called multi-phase contact processes. Now that is what is that the process based on the mode of operations, like batch process. What is the batch process here? In that case, materials leave and enter the processing unit only at the beginning and at the end of cycle. Here you can show as shown in the figure that a certain amount of batch operation is taking place, like ice making, even heating is sealed bottle of milk in a water bath, or even fermentation process. You can even a small scale chemical production like pharmaceuticals. So these processes are batch process, wherein a certain amount of chemical are to be proceed into in a particular unit under the certain condition. In that case, there will be no continuously supplied amount of process material. These operation in the batch system. So batch process, generally we can say that the substance to be enter into the processing unit only at the beginning and at the end of the cycle of operation. On the other hand, what is continuous process? It involves the continuous flow of stream, both enter and outlet the position, and like you can say that production of nitric acid, pumping liquid at a constant rate into a distillation column and removing the product distillate from the top and bottom of the column. Even sometime you will see that the pull filtration process in the distillation process, all those are a continuous process. In that case, continuously this inlet and outlet will be there, and in a certain process unit, the steam in the inlet and at the outlet will be flowing at a certain rate. Like here example is given, like nitric acid production by Ostwald process, where ammonia and oxygen are being sent at a particular rate through the mixture to the reactor, where a certain temperature like 7 to 800 degrees centigrade and around the tiny bar. Okay, so continuous here, ammonia and oxygen are supplied, where the outlet you can say that nitric acid will be produced at a certain rate. So this is called continuous operations, where you can say in both the inlet and outlet stream these chemicals will be flowing at a certain rate. Now, what are those semi-batch process? This is also an important one, that some process are being taken place. It may be neither is a continuous nor a batch, where you will see that process with one batch input, but the output bypass there. Some amount will be continuously taken out from the output or outlet in the reactor, and this process is regarded as the semi-batch process. In this case, you will see that, like one example, filling the beaker of, you will see that our continuously beaker is filled with water at a certain rate, where from the outlet in there is no liquid that is taken out, and also slowly draining. While heating with suppose in a grazer, where whatever you are using for your bath, you will see that in a certain batch of liquid there is a grazer, it will be heated, then for use that hot water will be used with certain rate from there. So this is a semi batch operation or semi batch process. And now even you will see blend slowly a liquid in a tank. Also you will see that two liquids will be supplied in a tank in a batch bias, and you will be there to blend a mixing of these two liquids, and then the mixture of this liquid should be taken out continuously from the tank. Also one example, you can see that a balloon, wherever it will be filled with air, it will be a semi batch process. In this case, lead will be will be there at a certain rate, whereas there will be no outlet for that. So gas is filled in a certain rate wherever a balloon is filled with air, whereas where will not come out from the balloon. So that is why it is a regarded as a semi batch operation or semi batch process. Like also washing machine, you will see that there this is a semi batch operation, semi batch process. Even the fermentation process is loaded with batch, which continuously produce carbon dioxide, which has to be removed continuously. So there are example of the semi batch process. Now the process are which classified batch is on. The variation of the processing with time, and the same your concentration with respect to special coordinate there. So process variable wherever is it will be change with time and with special coordinate. So based on which we can classify the processes into the steady state processes or even transient processes also. So the steady state process means here process variable like temperature, pressure, even volume, flow rate, etc., and that does not change with time. So it is referred to as the steady state process. Whereas unsteady state process or transient processes are those processes where variable like temperature, pressure and volume or flow meter that change with time. The example of batch and semi-batch processes are by natural transient process, whereas continuous process can be transient or a steady state process. Another important classification of this process is called lumped process, where the process variable change with time but not special coordinate like x, y and z, or special coordinate maybe some other. In that variable change with the time but not special coordinate. Sorry, in that case process equations are expressed by ordinary differential equations, and most of these processes dynamic equations are made to have simple equation by lumped compound or compact and all the instance into a single resistance like there. If we consider that some process variable like pi, it change with respect to time, and then we can say that this change of this is process variable will be a function of those variable like this. For example, if we say that example of lump parameter, in this slide example we can say that there are the reaction in batch reaction here in a batch reactor. Like batch reactor, suppose there will be in an n mole of chemicals are taking part in a reaction, so that molar change of chemicals is the reaction rate, which is represented by R. This is called molar change per unit time or per unit volume, and this molar change of chemicals, that is called the reaction rate or the time in the volume, and the time will be regarded as this, and the dn or that will be equal to the R into V into dt. So these molecular change in chemical reaction rate, which can be regarded as dn is equal to R V dt, and this can be put into differential equation like this dn upon dt is equal to R upon V is a variable in here. So we can say that if the volume batch reactor is constant, volume of the reactor V is constant, then we can represent it as small c will be equal to n by V, and then the equation will become like dc upon dt, that will equal to R. So here in this slides it is shown that in a batch reactor there is a reaction is going on, and if you are considering that n the number of moles of chemicals and the molar change of that chemicals by that reaction will be regarded as dn, that will be R into V into dt, where R is called molar change for unit volume per unit time, and this can be put into the differential equation like this. Here dn upon dt equal to R into V, and if the volume of this batch reactor if keep constant, then we can define this concentration of this reactant as n by small b, and then the equation can be represented as dc upon dt will be equal to as R. So this is one example of lumped process. Now move to distribution or distributed process. Another process is called distributed process, where process variable change with both time and spatial coordinate. So here you will that the variables will change with respect to time as well, that is the position also. Their process equations are generally expressed by partial differential equations, because here the variable which changes to variable like here time as well as the coordinate there. So in this case all the resistance are distributed throughout the system there, like heat conduction in solid flow in a pipe, like flowing of a packed column turbulent in tubular reactor, even dialyzers conduction in the solid flow in a pipe, or and so on. So all these processes are regarded as a distributed process or distributed systems, wherein that case we'll see that conduction is solid, that is heat temperature will be changes with respect to time as well as the solid or that special coordinate, maybe it will be space x, y and z position of the solid. So even flow in pipe, that you can say that it is velocity of fluid, it may be changes with respect to y axis or z axis, even this velocity may be changed with respect to time. So the velocity wherever changes with respect to time, it will be called as acceleration and deacceleration. And also if the velocity changes with respect to the actual position, then it will be called a velocity gradient in a particular direction. This is the example of distributed process. You can say that the heat conduction in solid, let us have this derivation of this equation of that heat conduction in solid, so that we can have this variation of temperature with respect to time as well as a spatial coordinate like x, y or z. Now, what are the processes that can be obtained based on the phase contact? Basically, this is a multi-phase process where more than one phase is involved in a process. That is why it is called the multi-phase process. And different type of multi-phase processes like the two-phase process, three-phase process, even the four-phase process is also there. Now, what is that? Two-phase process is the most common class of multi-phase processes or are two-phase process, and this include the following like gas liquid operation. Likewise, if you want to absorb the carbon dioxide gas in a sodium hydroxide, then it will be called a gas liquid process, whereas carbon dioxide gas from the gaseous mixture to be transported into liquid phase or transported to the liquid phase, so it is called mass transfer between gas and liquid. You can say that physical separation of the carbon dioxide gas to the liquid phase. Even in chemical and physical chemical also it is there, because there will be see that gas will be absorbed by a chemical reaction in a liquid also, so that will also be that heat gas liquid operation. Even gas liquid solid sometime absorption of gas into solid, so that it is also a gas solid operation. Even you will see that gasification of a coal, in that case the solid particles should be there. So this is called a phase process. Even liquid also like the extraction process. Suppose a component that is mixed in a certain liquid will be extracted from that liquid to another unmixable liquid. So this is liquid operations. Even liquid gas also there. So sometime for absorption and desorption purpose, you will see that some liquid will be spread into a continuous gas in a space, so that you can get the more contact area between gas and liquid, and there and are more absorption and desorptions of or efficiency of the chemical process will be there. And also liquid solid operations also there are two-phase systems. If we talk about three-phase process, like various engineering problem actually involve physical and chemical engineering process, where you will see that from the synthesis gas there are different type of hydrocarbon produced in a slurry bulb column reactor, where gas, liquid and solid phase are involved in the reactor there, like carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas will becoming in contact with the catalyst particles, and from that contact that castor liquid at a certain temperature and pressure in the presence of catalyst particles. So you will see that it will be converted into different type of hydrocarbon, and this is called gas, liquid and solid operation. And this in this gas, liquid, solid operation, sometimes it is called that is a Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. So this is called hydrocarbon production from the synthesis gas, and also gas, liquid or liquid operations. Sometimes it will be see sometimes it will be see some chemical operations where extraction is being done by a gas addition, where more tubular turbulence will be created, even more the interfacial area will be produced, and also there will be that enhancement mass in the liquid and another liquid. Now also you will see that the solid, liquid operation also there, like leaching operation, that some solid particles should be used to extract that contaminant component from another liquid. So this is also a three-phase operations there, and as a four-phase process you can say that four-phase flow of oil, water, gas, solid mixture there are complex multi-phase flow. Example, we can say that in a Frisch desalination process, when butane liquid is added into a saline water, that will results in a formation of ice stack or ice cats. In these cases the system is a mixture of butane liquid, water, ice and the butane vapors. Now the various chemical process based on the multi-phase contact, like that liquid here extraction process, liquid solid like crystallization, liquid vapor like distillation process, liquid gas that is absorption, gas solid like fluidization, solid vapor it is called a sublimation or adsorption process, even solid is called a solid diffusion, even gas system or gas diffusion, thermal diffusion, solid liquid solid like leaching is there. So even that a solid liquid vapor is called a absorption, gas liquid solid is called flotation and fluidization. So there are the various chemical process based on multiple contact. Now process which are involving the transportation of material. Sometimes the process can be classified based on the transportation of material, as some material will be converted from one point to another point in the industry. In that case some equipment is being used, like choice of equipment for transportation, that depends on the necessary capacity, shape, also the size of the material that is to be transported, and the distance through which the material has to be transported, like pump, compressor, human hand, blowing pipe system, and used for transportation in the materials from one point to another in a industry. Now the process involving size reduction, like many unit operation in you will see subjected to size reduction of material before to be chemical proceed. For example, in a core processing industry where ore reduce in size before chemical processing, and in a cement industry you will see that the lime, alumina and silica reduce in their size before calcination. In food processing, many food products are subjected to size reduction. Then in the desalination of catalyst reaction, where by reducing the size of the catalyst used. Chemical processing by fine powder is fluidized in the bed reactor. So these are the process involving size reaction or size reduction. Even in the alumina production process, you will that bauxite is reduced in size in a sodium solution of hot caustic soda in our digester. So these are the various example of processes involved with size reduction. And the crushing processes, and also one of the important process, like based on size reduction there. Basic principle in this case, the process of breaking up material into the desired size by mechanical means. A number of phases are called primary, secondary or recycled material for direction, use, further processing. In this case, some equipment for the crushing can be referred as crusher, that called jaw crusher, cone crusher, etc. will be used for side reduction. And also impact type of crushers like are there, are also available in commercially, such as bar blow crusher or vertical shock impactor as important equipment for the crushing process. Now the grinding is also another process for side reduction there. So it is the surface generator generation process, where you see that it is being used to shape and finish the component which are made of abrasive metals and their material there. So like grinding equipment like belt grinder, cylindrical grinder, surface grinder, Boston mill, tower mill, gap mill, even blade mill, even gear mill also, that is wall mill, road mill. These are some basic equipment by which you can do this grinding process. And those are very important in mixing industry, basically for beneficiary, and also a separation of material from the ore. Even in fluidized operation, even catalyst particles are being used for chemical reaction. In fluidized bed, the size of that catalyst particles matter. In that case, the catalyst particles are converted into very fine particles or fine catalyst particles by the grinding process. Now another important process is called one type of mechanical separation. This is on this slide. In this case, the solid separation process is called out, mainly based on the size or shape of the solid. And the solid liquid separation, in that case, it is carried out based on the driving force of the density difference on the pressure gradient, as shown in this slide, that there are two type of mechanical separation process based on the phase contact. And that case, like solid separation, this process based on the size or shape of the solid, and solid liquid separation, in that case driving force of density difference and pressure gradient are considered for this separation process. Another important screening process, also one of the mechanical separation process. In that case, screening refers to the mechanical separation of solid based on the particle size of or shape by the screen plate. In this example, in the biological process, you can see that compost is a biological decomposed organic material that is primarily used as a plant nutrient and soil conditioners to stimulate crop growth. In this case, stationary screen, vibrating screen, rotating screen are to be used for this mechanical separation. Now the filtration process is also one of the important operations. It is also called a mechanical separation process, where you will see that solid liquid involved there, even gas solid is also involved. In this case, the removal of solid particles from the fluid by passing the fluid through a certain medium which only the fluid can pass, and this is in this case fluid flow from a high pressure side to a low pressure side on the filter, as shown in on the slide that slide that here you will see that this is one medium through which feed particles transfer from one side to the other side based on the pressure difference. So in this case, fluid is flowing from the high pressure side to the low pressure side. This is the low pressure side. So wherever this fluid is flowing from high pressure side to low pressure side, you will see that leaving some material behind the gravity. So vacuum, high pressure, centrifugal force is applying also there. These are being used, or sometimes you will see numbers of membranes are also being used in separate these unwanted material in the feed stream. So wherever on the other side, it should be regardless as filtrate, which is purified fluid just by removing unwanted material or unwanted solid material to the other side. So this is the basic principle of filtration process. Now this case will see different type of filters and also membranes are being used for the separation of contaminants, even some solid particles in the solutions by this filtration process. Another important process is called decantination process. Here in this case, separation of miscible liquid of different densities by carefully pouring a solution from a container is being done, which leaves the participates at the bottom of the original container. It is also used for the separate a liquid from an insoluble solid. Now decantination is one of the important process equipment which is primarily used the separating material from the liquid by means of its centrifugal force. For example, oil and water that is extracted from the olive oil may be decanted or obtained the olive oil. In this case, decanter or decanter centrifuge are common equipment for this decanter process. Another important process for separating the solid particles is in the mixture. It is called settling and sedimentation, where this process involved for the separation of particulate from the fluid due to gravity or due to centrifugal motion. Many applications like settling of crystals from the mother liquid, mining, wastewater treatment, biological science, though these are some example of these operations of settling and sedimentation. Thickener and classification also a gravitational settling of solid particles that are suspended in a liquid, whereas classifications simply the fractions of solid particles based upon their rate of flow or settling through fluids. So in this case, gravity settlers and centrifuges are being used for this settling and sedimentation, even thickening and classification process. Flotation process is one of the other important chemical process where you can separate the fine particles from the ore, or you can benefit in this that ores to separate the valuable materials by this floating process. Even this flotation process is being used in the de-inking process there, where the paper industry there to remove the ink from the waste paper, these used for the flotation process. Even then some other chemical processes where you will see that wastewater treatment, there also this flotation process are being used as a merited, where fine particles are being separated by this variation process just by using different further. So this is one of the important process in chemical engineering. In this case you can see that gas is actually introduced from the bottom part of the flotation column. So that adhesion of gas bubble to the solid particles make them bond and result in separations, like both the flotation, dissolved air floating or flotations, some flotation column or flotation mechanism where this flotation process is being done. Conventional flotation cell like this called Denver cell, Agitar flotation machine, flotation column cell, gem cell are commercially available floating equipments where this flotation process is being done. So another important chemical operation is called the another important chemical operation is called the agitation and mixing. In this case, the reduction of inhomogeneity, or you can say that the concentration of phase temperature in the fluid mixture in order to achieve the desired process results, like increase in mass or increase in heat transfer or the reaction rate, or to produce the properties like this. So in this case, what is that the agitation and mixing basically are done because of well mixing of fluid element, or you can say that even phase difference or phase are particularly related to their each another. So just uniformity, how the material or how the material can be mixed inside the reactor. So that is why this agitation mixing process has been done. It is required for enhancement of mass transfer and enhancement of heat transfer. Even enhancement of reaction rate is there in the chemical reaction, like stirrer tank mixture, static inline mixture, rotating homogenizer, and these are the basic equipment for this agitation and mixing process. Now, what are the basic features of the thermochemical process? Like condensation is there, is the process change in the state of substance to a denser phase, such as the gas to liquid. The vapors condense by increasing the pressure or extracting heat. Generally, two type of mechanism one is drop wise or fine film type. This condensation is being happened. So during this condensation, basically the change in this state of a substance is happened. In this case, the condensation, what is moving from vapor to liquid state is freezing. What is moving from liquid to solid state and deposition. So what is moving from vapor to solid state? What is moving? So there are the basic mechanisms of their condensation process, or you can see that thermochemical process. So equipment and condensation are called a barometric condenser. The cell and tube condensers is a commercial level which is being used for condensation for this process. Evaporation process, this is also one type of thermochemical process. In this case, solution is concentrated by boiling of the solvent by heating by steam at low pressure, such as 0.35 bar to 3 bar. In this case, heat must supply to the solution to finish the energy required for the vaporization of the solvent, and equipment for evaporation is generally long tube and forced circulation type evaporator. The drying process is also another important aspect of the chemical engineering processes. There, before going for any reaction or any other physical separation of or mechanical operation, some drying is important. Even some products which are coming from the reaction, that is needed to dry for its continuing state further beneficiation of operations. So in this case, it is a process for removing a relatively small amount of water or another liquid from a solid by evaporation. And heat exchanger, these are the heat exchanger process is also another chemical engineering process, that is heat transfer operation basically regarded in this. It is produce a transfer heat between two fluid, two solid or two fluid and solids. Heat is transferred from one material to other through a surface of material due to temperature gradient or temperature difference. It may be occur by mechanism of convection, conduction or radiation. So what is conduction actually? You can ask me that what is conduction. Conduction is basically thermal energy transfer from one position to another position by direct molecular collision, and convection transfer of heat by fluid motion, and radiation, the energy carried by photons of light in the infrared and visible portion of the electromagnetic electric spectrum. So this called radiation. For the heat exchanger process, generally double pipe, Schelling tube, even extended surface heat exchanger serving to use in this case. Humidification and dehumidification process. In this case, the process is done where the moisture or water vapor or humidity is added to the air without changing its dry bulb temperature. It is called the humidification process. The process is the process in which the moisture or water vapor or the humidity is removed from the air at constant temperature It is called the dehumidification process. The cooling and humidification process is one of the most commonly used air conditioning application for cooling purposes. In this case, the different type of humidifications are direct and indirect steam injection, evaporative approach, evaporative, ultrasonic, air wishers spray, coil, desert cooling coolers are being used for this air conditioning purpose by humidification and dehumidification processes. Refrigeration is another important process in chemical engineering. It is process in which work is done to remove heat from one location to other. In this case, the refrigerators or freezers is important. In this case, it is widely used for the current application of refrigeration or for air conditioning, or even refrigeration is also used to liquefy different gas like oxygen, nitrogen, propane and methane, and gas purification process. Even it is being used for the production of dry ice, for the controlling reaction rate in organic and inorganic reactions. So air conditioning also is one of the refrigeration process. So these are the application of refrigeration process. Now crystallization, it is also is one of the important unit operation of chemical engineering processes. In this case, the process is being that happened just by the formation of solid crystal participated from homogeneous solutions, melt, vapor or different solid phase, which is called crystallization. In that case, tank or batch crystallization, scraped surface crystallizer, forced circulating liquid evaporator crystallizers are being used. One of the most important is the process is the distillation process, which is also we can say the heart of a chemical engineering process. This is also a thermochemical process. You can say that this process generally used to separate two or more liquid component of a liquid solution into pure fraction that depends upon the difference in the boiling point of the component or vapor pressure of the component at a given temperature. The operation involved in this case vaporization and subsequent condensation of liquid solution. The more valuable component vaporized and passes from the liquid to the vapor phase, whereas less volatile component will be condensing. So based on this, vaporization and condensation and distillation is being done, and you will see that top of the column here as shown in this slide, that from the top of the column, this vapor coming out from the vaporization, you see that to be condensed to a product, and then it will be separated into different component, and from the bottom also the heavy product will be coming out, and then it will be regarded as a bottom product, and it will be processed taking from separate different hydrocarbon there. So this is the actually the distillation process. More detail of distillation process, of course, you will read the chemical engineering unit operation, where all those processes are described in detail, and there are separate course that you will have to do in a chemical engineering here. This actually lecture just giving that very brief of these processes that introduce that different chemical engineering processes based on the typical type and classification of unit of process and unit operations like this. Absorption and desorption process of gas absorption is one of the important separation process in chemical engineering, where gas absorption essentially involves the transfer of material from the gas phase to the liquid phase, and oppositely you can see that the desorptions of course there. This is also sometimes called stripping. In this case, the transfer in the opposite direction, that is from the liquid phase to the gaseous space, like different type of absorber and stripper in stripper, spec column, spray tower, tray tower, fluidized bed, and bubble column are being used for the absorption and desorption process. Now the extraction process. In this case, the process of separation of solute is being taken place from a solution of another soluble solvent, and this is widely known as solvent extraction or liquid extraction. Solute are separated based on their different solubility in different liquids: mixer settler, pulse column, gravity column, mechanical agitated column, centrifugal extractor. These are some common equipment that is being used for this extraction process. Leaching process, like in this case the material is treated chemically with a suitable reagent that preferentially dissolve the active component of material. The concentrated material found in that recovered from the solute or solution by a suitable chemical method. For example, in this case we can say that the ore concentration by leaching process is the purification of bauxite using sodium hydroxide solution as a leachant. The bauxite is designated with a concentrated solution of caustic soda at 150 degree centigrade in a autoclave. Then what is then the alumina oxide dissolved in sodium hydroxide, leaving behind the insoluble impurity which are removed the filtrate. So this case zinc recover from leach reduced by use of sulfuric acid there. So this leaching operation here, systematic of leaching of zinc recovery from leach residue by using sulfuric acid is shown on this slide. Similarly, calcination and roasting process is also very important chemical engineering process there. In that case, the concentrated materials is converted into oxide by calcination, that is heating it strongly in the absence of air, or roasting there. So heating is strongly in the presence of air is there, and this help in removing volatile impurities like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, organic matter, and moisture from the ore. Like calcination is one on the other hand help of river battery furnace there. So roasting is done in the river battery furnace or in the blast furnace. Similarly, the reaction process, it is a process that leads the formation of new molecules by rearrangement or redistribution of the constituent or atom. That chemical reaction can be either spontaneous requiring into no input of energy, or non-spontaneous, typically flowing the input of some energy such as heat, light or electricity. So in this case, after reaction you will see different type of product output will be coming at a certain condition of pressure and temperature. So that you have to maintain, and also that depends on that output and depends on other different variables like flow rate, even material will be used, even catalyst concentration, or even in uniform matter, mixing characteristics, fluidized bed inside and the reactor. And in this case the CSTR, plug flow reactor, mixed bed reactor, fluidized bed reactor are commonly used for that reaction purposes. But nowadays process intensification, you will see there are several other different type of reactor is now coming for the intensify the chemical process of this reaction. You will see that like micro mixture, micro reactor, these there are reactor which is being used in this reaction process. Electrostatic separation process is also regarded as a chemical engineering process where selectivity sorting of solid species by means of utilizing force acting on charge, or you can say that polarized bodies in an electric field. So this case in important in a production of minerals, also the reclamation of out valuable materials. So as well as the cleaning of some food products is there. Magnetic separation, it is also one of the mechanical separation operation. Magnetics or like pyrolustic, like manganese oxide and chloromite are enriched by this method. By this method, making use of difference in the magnetic properties of the ore and genuine particles. Electrodialysis is also one important chemical engineering process where transportation of salt from one solution is required. In this case it is called dilate to another solution by applying an electric current, and this done electrodialysis cell by providing all necessary elements of the process. So in this lecture I have described different chemical engineering processes in brief, and also the process is classified into different type, like some are chemicals, some are thermochemicals, some are pure thermal, and some are purely mechanicals, and some are phase contact based. So I think you have gained some knowledge on that different chemical engineering process. Now next lecture onward it will be describe how these chemical engineering process are involved in with different calculations, even how the rate of that input and output, even what are the unit are to be used. So this is the material and energy balance to be done for the process calculation there. So thank you for giving that transience for lectures, and the next lecture will be discuss something about that unit system and dimension. Thank you.